UCMD, Unplanned Cable Modification Deterrent, installation / user guide. It does require our QRCL base plate, and you can watch the other video on how to install that. And this is going to bolt to the side of the QRCL. So we're going to put our screws in here. And to start, I'm just going to put this on here kind of loose. What I'll do is I'll just turn these screws until they stop. All right, so there is a little bit of play in this fixture here, and that's so that we can adjust it. So I'm going to want this nice and straight. Once I get it straight, then I'm going to go ahead, torque it down a little bit. Still straight. I'm going to torque the other one down. And you should use the L wrench, the L key that we include with this. If you have like a big ratchet or something, you'll probably end up stripping these screws out. So once I've got this pretty snug, or it's pretty much not moving anymore, I'm going to go ahead and just give this like a little bit of a torque snugging, and it's probably just like, you know, a 16th of a turn, not even that much, like a 64th of a turn. I don't know. It's just get that final little snugging so that it's not going to move around on you. All right, so once that is done, pretty much good to go. Go ahead and wind our cable in here. Plug her in. And now our tether cable is protected. So you bump into something this way, and also, even though there's no bar on this side, the bar on this side will keep the cable connector from being able to bend over that way. So now you're fully protected. I'm sure most people break theirs because somebody puts the camera down like that and just bends over, snaps that over. You're on set, you're bumping into stuff. This is going to do a pretty good job of you not breaking these off anymore. And then to get it off, there we go. I'm going to do a little bit of an extra here, and this is kind of an alignment thing. So this base plate is adjustable. So obviously if you put it on and the bar is covering the ports, it's not going to do the job. The other thing is, if you have this way too far back, and you have like a big gap here, then that's not going to protect your cable, because your cable has now, you know, 1/4 of an inch to bend over, and that'll be enough to, you know, break those little USB-C is just so dainty that, you know, 1/4 of an inch push that way and you're going to damage it. So in the event that, you know, you've got it all put together and you look at it like this, well, that's not good. So when you put it together, you're going to want it right up against there. And actually the best way to do it is to plug the cable in and then just slide this around. Make sure, you know, when you do have it up against here, make sure your plate is still snug on, or square on the camera. So I'm going to be probably right there. And that looks good, feels good. So now I'll go ahead and torque this down. And then since we have moved it again, you know, the first adjustment, if this is cocked one way or the other, then you're going to loosen these and then straighten out that again. So now you're all good to go. Hopefully you're not going to break your connector off in your cable. UCMD for installation for the GFX 102 and the Sony Alpha 1. You guys probably already know that the port is right here at the very bottom of the camera, which is a problem because, you know, if you were to put in your right angle cable into this camera, by the time it makes a turn and, you know, you can get into any kind of tethered lock, it's a problem because it's just not going to happen. You're not going to make that turn. So for the 102 and the A1, what we suggest is you can go ahead and put the cable in upside down. And so you're going to plug it in with the cable running up. Go ahead and pinch it in here like this. And then obviously go back down into our QRCL. And don't worry about, you know, pinching or kinking our cables. We've never had a cable fail because of this. We are like multi-stranded inside of these cables. You're not gonna have issues with our cables. You know, this would not void your warranty if it came in because it was suspected of being defective. So obviously, you know, abuse is not going to be warranted. But if you send a cable in, it's not working, and it has a kink in it, I'm not going to deny you warranty because there's a kink in it, because I do it all the time. So GFX 102, Alpha 1, and any other cameras come out in the near future with the port at the bottom, most likely you're going to have to go in upside down, and you can tell that's our intention because on these two cameras the arm is really long, and that's to keep the cable completely blocked from any forces coming front or back, which is usually how these get broken. So there you go.